Hello everybody and welcome again to Tutorials Point. Well, because we've been discussing all interview questions and what are the best ways to answer them, here also we'll do the same. Again, a different question that we've come up with in this video and which you're actually sure to face in your interview, and you have to be very smart to answer that. So let's go ahead and see what is the smartest reply that you can give in an interview if you're faced with this question. Okay, well, the question which definitely we are bound to face is, why are you leaving your current job? Well, there would be so many reasons. And are you sure that you want to tell all of them to the interviewer? Actually, not really. But how do you actually frame the answers in a way that it doesn't put a negative impression on the interviewer that you're complaining about your current job? Well, don't you think it is kind of a situation wherein, we are, faced with a question which has a negative answer, but we are also bound not to present it in a negative way? Well, quite a tough situation, but what to do? We have to answer it because we are facing an interview. So what could be the different reasons that you've left your current job? Well, one could be you want to make more money. Now you want to make more money, but do you think you're going to say this to the interviewer that I want to make more money? Not really. And what do you think could be a better way to frame this answer and tell your interviewer? Well, you can frame it very diplomatically, but you can also say that now that I've actually gained quite a lot of experience in this field, so I just feel it's time to move ahead and hone my skills much more by working in this organization, which is the only reason why I'm switching. Rather than saying that I want to make more money, you are actually portraying it that you want to hone your skills, or you want to upskill yourself more than, or you want to upgrade your knowledge more than what you already have, right? So again, a big no to saying I want to make more money. Well, that is not going to portray a very good impression, because you might end up sounding like a mercenary, which you definitely don't want to. Okay, well, I am sure this is again a very common reason as to why we want to leave our current job. Your boss is a jerk. Well, actually, it is a fact. But am I going to tell this to my interviewer? Not really. If I say this, if I actually portray this, or if I say this, my boss was a jerk, well, then the interviewer will say you also are a jerk, so just leave. So do you want to get that answer? Actually not. So how are you going to portray it? Well, if you actually want to say that your boss was a jerk and you want to present it in a way so that he or she doesn't end up looking like a jerk and you also don't end up looking like a jerk. So what do you think is the best way? Well, you can always say that, well, in my previous organization, I just felt that the leadership under which I was working in was going in a different direction, but I am more passionate towards achieving so and so goal. So I just thought that switching my organization or switching my company would help me to achieve that goal much better. So just a simple way, a diplomatic way in which you portrayed it. Well, just keep this thing in mind that the person who is interviewing you is much more smart than you and definitely knows that you are actually saying this, that my boss was a jerk, but you're putting it forward in a sweeter way. So definitely your diplomatic skills, or the way you're mincing your words, is again a talent, and your interviewer now is sure of the fact that yes, you are a person who can nicely and diplomatically handle situations, and rather than just saying that he was a jerk or she was a jerk, now you're putting it in a better refined way, and definitely that is going to kind of put a better impression of yours. Okay. Well, again, who doesn't want to get promoted? I definitely want to get promoted, and I'm sure you also want to get promoted. So are you going to say this to the interview? Well, I want to get promoted, so I've come here for this interview and I want this job. Are you going to say that? Well, if you say that, that might not be the best way of kind of portraying what you feel like. So a better way of answering this could be that now that I've upskilled myself and I've worked in the same technology for quite some time, so I just feel that now it is a time for me to take up a better challenge, a bigger challenge, so that I can apply whatever I've learned and I can learn much more, right? So now what are you actually doing? You're actually kind of saying this only, but in a way that is kind of making you portray like a person who is very, very keen on learning, rather than just a person who just wants to get promoted, or a person who is just looking for a title, right? You're more focused on kind of work related accomplishment rather than just titular accomplishment. So a very, very good way of putting this forward would definitely be that now that I have learned quite a lot about this technology, so now is the time for me to take a bigger challenge, hence I want to switch over my job. Okay, well, again, a big issue that I'm sure most of us face: your job is generally crappy. Now, if your job is crappy, are you going to say that in the interview? Oh, my previous job was so crappy, so I just came here because I believe this is going to be a better job. Well, if you say that, I'm sure you'll be sent back to the pavilion. And do you want to be sent back to the pavilion? Not really. So how do you portray that your job was crappy? Or even if, just in case you want to put it forward, you definitely want to say that. While I was kind of, I applied for my previous job, or while I started working there, though I was primarily focused on achieving, or I was primarily focused on my work, I didn't realize that the environment wherein I was working was not kind of a right cultural fit for me. So I just feel that this organization would be a better cultural fit for me. So I feel that switching here would be a better idea, rather than just saying, oh, that was crappy. So you can definitely say that the culture there was kind of doesn't sync with my ideologies of work. So I just feel that this organization is much better of a cultural fit compared to the previous organization. So I think this would be a good chance for me. Well, again, in a very, very subtle way, you told the interviewer that, oh, my previous job was actually crappy and I don't want to face that crap here again. So, but you put this forward in a different way. So rather than actually just in case you're so frustrated and you want to say that it was crappy, this would be a better idea. But kind of it would be far better if you end up avoiding portraying that your previous job was crappy, because that definitely kind of puts it makes it very, very obvious and makes it very, very clear that you're a kind of person who is more into complaining stuff than finding a solution. So you are more of a kind of a problem-oriented person rather than a solution-oriented person. So it would definitely be a better idea to avoid this, but just in case you want to put it forward, that is going to be kind of a better way to put it forward. That I just felt that that was not the right, my ideologies of work do not match with the work culture there. So I just felt that this would be a better fit for me, hence I'm switching. Well, these were a few reasons as to why you want to switch your current job, and how would you put it forward if you're faced with this question in an interview. And I'm sure applying this strategy, you're going to ace it. No doubt about it. Well, all the best for your next interview. We will see you again in the next video. Till that time, keep learning with Tutorials Point and Tutorix. Have a good day.